בוקר טוב. Today, today we're going to learn about a very complicated topic, which is on page Kuf Samech Bet. It's called Haka'ah, hitting. You have a child. What do you do? And how can you be a good parent? And how can you do parenting? We live in a generation, beside the fact that there's a very hard time to raise children, but there is two big problems. One problem is that parents, they have a good attention. They really have a very good attention. They really mean well for the kids. They want to raise a great kids. They want the kids שיזכו לחיים טובים, עולם הבא. But at the same time, there is a gap between parents and children. And there is miscommunication between parents and children. And it gets very, very bad when parents, they wish good for the kids, and either he doesn't listen, he doesn't understand, he cannot understand, he's too young to understand what his life is all about. And we were there also. We all were there just 20, 30 years ago. Also. And you feel that you lose your kids. And as you start to feel that you lose your kids, you'll do anything to keep them next to you. And sometimes you're going to use hands, and you're going to use your voices, and you're going to punish. And the result is going to be בדיוק הפוך. בדיוק הפוך. וזה מאוד 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 כואב להורים, מאוד מאוד. Especially as the kids get older, 17, 19, 20, and they leave the house, and it's almost impossible to bring them back to you. And to see your kids off the derech, they don't keep Shabbat, they don't keep Yom Kippur. In other cases, they hang out with non-Jewish girls. The parents, they don't sleep, and they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. You should know that there is organization nowadays, one of them is called Kesher Nafshi, and others, that they deal with this big, big pain. And many times it's a pain for parents and children. Many times it's a pain for both. The parents who wish nothing but good for the children. And many times that the kids, they don't understand their parents, and they just see the bad side of the parents, or they see the parents as, if I could say, a devil, and it's just very bad. And I know that kids can carry this for many years. What to do? It's that, and I'm saying from a place that I'm talking from a very personal place, especially in the Middle Eastern culture, where in the Middle East it's very normal to hit kids. If we could say the Arabs' culture, kids got beat up, and if we in this community, we came from such a background, you could say many times that people, they do hit the kids, and many times very harsh. And then to come to live in the Western culture, and the kids has the rights to go to the cop and they can arrest the father. It's so hard because you feel like you're losing your kids. If you live in Syria or Yemen or Morocco or Khadome, over there the kid have no say. אתה עבד ביום שאתה נולד עד שאתה מת. That's the culture, that's the mentality. I'm the boss and you're here to serve me. So he has no choice, he has no way to run away. This is it, and that's it. But if you come from such a culture to a culture that they give the weapon to the kids, and you have no say, and a kid could arrest his father, how could you raise such a kid? It's so difficult. And there is out there hundreds, if not thousands of parents, thousands of parents, who the kids, if we could say that the parents want nothing but good to the kids, and the result was just the opposite. And if you take the kid alone and you try to talk to him, and you take the parents alone, you talk to them, you see it was a good souls, good people, and there is a broken bridge. So we live in a very, very hard time. Don't think it's easy. I'm telling you, I'm in a place that I saw both worlds. I came from such a world. We came. We here also, we came from such a background that hitting a kid in school was not only was normal. You ask which kid did not get hit in a school? Which kid did not get hit by a father? It was normal. And going back 30 years ago and trying to live here today, beside only that the law is in his hands to arrest his father, add to that it's almost there is no language between the parents and the kids. You talk A, he's on a different planet. וזה כל כך קשה. And if I could say, it's from age 12 to 18, 19. If you could pass that road in peace, then you could say it to yourself in a way, I made it. I'm telling you once again, 11, 12 till 18, 19. This is כביש הדמים. This is the road which a lot of blood נשפך שמה. A lot of children got lost. A lot. And a lot of parents, they live with pain for many, many years. And I'm talking from very great families, very religious families. I'm not talking about the non-religious families that were there. I'm talking about great parents and great kids that unfortunately they lost the kids. Now one and now two. There is rabbis who lost the kids. There is one big rabbi. I think he's one of the heads of this organization. It's called Kesher Nafshi. He lost 7 kids. 7 went off the derech. Do you know what it means to lose 1 kid? 2, 3, 7 kids? And you're gonna blame the father. Listen, you do mistake with 1. Okay, maybe you can blame the kid. 7, habibi, it's your fault. וזה מאוד כואב. And wait, that's the boys. And when it gets to girls, the emotions there, forget it. You got to know that for them to switch, as they finish elementary to high school, איזה קשה to pass the גיל הטיפש 10. כל כך כואב, כל כך קשה. And some parents, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with themselves. I tried all the ways. I spoke to this teacher and to that principal, went to this therapist, went to this psychiatrist, we do that. אין כלום. אני רוצה להגיד דבר ראשון, צריך לדעת שחינוך הבנים ובנות requires תפילה. Before we can get to some tools over here, כתוב ותתפלל חנה. That's it. And who did she get? שמואל. שמעתם? צריך להתפלל, והרבה הרבה הרבה להתפלל. You should know whatever you see, you get emotional in tears, whether it's in chuppah or brit or a story. When tears come out from your eyes, don't waste those tears. Do not waste those tears. Right then, pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. לבנים ובנות צדיקים מיראת שמיים. Because the nahat and the joy that you can get from a good kid and a sweet daughter, there is nothing in the world that can give you and bring you so much joy than kids. And ba'olam, you go to the best vacation, to the best restaurant, to the best place, nothing will bring you joy and content than you getting a joy from a daughter or a son, and to see them married happily and raising a family like what you wish. אין יותר נחת בעולם, ואין יותר צער מילדים. And there is no צער in the world more than what kids could do. Can I get the Midrash Tanhuma Bereshit? It is. And there is no end, and there's no in the middle over here. It's either or. יש מדרש תנחומה, תקרא מצוות. בפרשת חיי שרה. על הפסוק, ואברהם זקן. אמר רבי יהושע בר נחמני, מפני 4 דברים הזקנה קופצת על האדם. There is 4 things that causes a person to age. פתאום שערות לבנות, והוא ונהיה תעבן, והוא נראה ככה, מסכן, מסכן, מסכן. 4 things causes a person to age quick. And I said quick means very, very quick. מה הם? יראה, כעס, ומפני, יראה, כעס בנים, having צער from kids, אישה רעה ומלחמות. שמו את הילדים לפני האישה רעה, by the way.
מה זה יראה? What's the first one? Bad kids are better than worse.
יראה זה פחד. פחדים. פחדים. גנבים באים אליך, אתה קורא פחד. There is people till today of October 7, whatever happened in October, they don't leave the house. They don't leave the house. 2 weeks ago, a woman on the phone spoke to me, how can I take a shower when there was people, captured that they didn't take a shower? How can I take a shower? לוקחים את החיים בלי פרופורציה. בוודאי it's extreme. בוודאי it's extreme. It's too much. וכל מיני פחדים, לא ללכת ולא לעשות, כל דבר זה. היראה הזאת יכולה להביא את הבן אדם להזדקן. ומה כתוב פה? וילדים, איפה מצאנו על הילדים? כתוב בספר שמואל, היה one of the greatest leader בעם ישראל, קראו לו אלי הכהן. He was, if I remember correctly, he's the 4th ring on the chain של מקבלי התורה, משה רבנו ויהושע וזקנים ואלי הכהן. אלי, כתוב ואלי זקן מאוד ושמע את כל אשר יעשון בניו לכל ישראל. ואלי זקן מאוד ושמע את כל אשר יעשון בניו. You see from here that a person can age from having צער מילדים. אין יותר צער בעולם יותר מילדים רעים, ואין נחת בעולם יותר מילדים טובים. אין. You have to understand. Business, you open, you could close, you could switch, הכל. You have a son, you have a daughter. זה איתך כל החיים, and I want to add another piece. זה גם בעולם הזה וגם אחרי הקבורה. אתה בחיים לא יכול להתגרש מילדים שלך. Never in your life. You can deny it, you can walk away, but he is your son and your daughter. And I'm saying this, that we have to know that making decisions, you have to think about the future. Sometimes you can do decisions because you're angry, because you don't know what to do. And maybe when they're little kids, you have some control. But as they get 12, 14, 16, they're going to kick you. And they will remember only the bad about you, nothing good. And you'll try to talk, אין עם מי לדבר, אין. והכאב הוא כזה כאב, וואו, איזה כאב גדול, וואו. והחז"ל אומרים לנו, תדע לך, ילד רע שווה worse than מלחמת גוג ומגוג. ככה הגמרא אומרת, ברכות please if you don't mind. ברכות א', הגמרא אומרת, קשה תרבות רעה בביתו של אדם יותר ממלחמת גוג ומגוג. Thank you. Where do we find this? אצל דוד המלך. הגמרא אומרת, דוד המלך says, in תהילים, מה המזמור הראשון? מי זוכר מה המזמור הראשון בתהילים? אשרי האיש. מה המזמור השני? למה רגשו גויים ולאומים יהגו ריק? אתה שומע דוד? המזמור השני מדבר על למה רגשו גויים בת מלחמת גוג ומגוג. מי זוכר? What's the third מזמור? אני שואל, מי זוכר מה המזמור? אתם קוראים תהילים כל הזמן, מה קרה? מזמור לדוד, עידן, בבורחו מפני אבשלום בנו. זה עוד דבר. כן, מה שאתה אומר תמיד אתה צודק. So let's continue, רבי היקר. מה אומרת, what's the connection? Why did דוד המלך put גוג ומגוג to his son Avshalom? To teach us that having a bad kid in the house is worse than going through גוג ומגוג. למה נשמח מזמור לדוד בבורחו מפני אבשלום למזמור למה רגישו גויים שדבר על מלחמת גוג ומגוג? Why did he put it together? נשמח לומר לך, having a son like Avshalom in the house is worse than גוג ומגוג. You have to understand, חברים, שזה לא דברים לא פשוטים. ולזה צריך עבודה. Step 1, אני אומר מההתחלה, צריך תפילה. And after תפילה צריך שכל. לא סגולות ולא שטויות כאלו. צריך שכל. You got to use your brain. And it's always good to take guidance from people who have experience and at least that they went through and they succeeded in their חינוך. אני תמיד אומר, you want to be rich, go work by someone rich. Learn from him how to succeed. You want to be a top lawyer, go learn by the top lawyer how to be a great lawyer. You want to be a great doctor, go work by the top hospital with top doctors. You'll get the same thing. You want to succeed in חינוך הבנים, learn from someone who succeeded and you see the results. וזה צריך הרבה להקשיב. Parents, they don't like to hear that he is bad. Not that we're bad, you just don't know. And it's always great to take advice from people שיותר חכמים ממך, יודעים יותר טוב. תקשיב. Nothing, no father was born with a title that you're smart. Abba is not a title smart. Abba is a lot תעודת חכם. Many parents do mistakes. And by the way, it's okay to do mistakes, but you should apologize if you need to. וילדים יקבלו את זה. אז צריך לדעת, צריך שכל. דבר שלישי, I once heard דבר מאוד יפה. You know, on Pesach, there was this minhag, the custom, that the father hides the afikoman. And who finds the afikoman?
The little boy.
The kids. Do you know what's the message? Whatever parent's gonna hide, the kids will find out. Let's say it again. Whatever parents are gonna hide, your kids they're gonna find out. So what's the message? Be a role model. And that's where it's the hardest thing to do in being a parent. A role model means you have to have self-control. Do you know how many times we fail? And you know, my friends, we all in the same boat. I'm not better than anybody here. Nobody's better than me. We all in the same boat. We share the same pain and the same problem. But at least I could share a piece that I learned from my parents who they succeeded in Chinuch Habanim. There is 11 children. They don't only keep Shabbat and eat kosher.
Over here, this time they said
no. I know. Do you know what's the problem? If you aim for 100, you'll get 75. If you aim 75, maybe 40, 50, maybe. When the parents aim to the high, so when you raise the bar high, so it's for you to get to the middle, קצת above. הבנתם אותי? So parents who raise בלי עין הרע 11 children שכולם בני תורה, תלמידי חכמים, כולם עוסקים בכלי קודש ומלמדים תורה בעם ישראל, I can learn from them. So I'm giving you a little tools from what I saw in my parents. ותיקחו בחשבון שכן היה הכאה בבית. אני לא אומר שלא היה הכאה. אבל אנחנו עוד נדבר על זה בעזרת השם. צריך לדעת שאמרתי, בוא נתחיל, צריך תפילה, צריך שכל, וצריך self-control. Self-control means you cannot let the anger lead in the house. You're going to have to find a way not to let the anger make decision while you're being a parent. And if you think you're going to be a boss, you can be a boss when the kids are little. As they're going to get older, they're going to kick you.
They're going to be you.
And Habibi, they're going to run your life. אתה תהיה מסכן, אתה תהיה נבח, אתה תהיה משוגע בסוף עם כל הצער שלך. אז מה שאני רוצה להגיד היום, חברים יקרים, צריך לדעת to control. And self-control means before you make decisions, before you raise your voice in your hands, תחשוב מה נכון ומה לא נכון. All it takes is 3 to 5 seconds to save your son or to ruin his life and to ruin your life also. אנחנו רובוט, pa. תירגע. And דבר נוסף, the house have to be, that the parents have to be on the same page all the time. A kid is always the kid will always choose one side that's comfortable. He's going to separate the parents, יפריד ביניהם, and he's going to take one side. So יש לו על מי להישען. וצריך לדעת, צריך לדעת that it starts between your relationship with your wife, way before the kids. Because a wife and a husband, it's a must. You need to be on the same page always. You want to argue with your wife in the room, not in front of the kids. We know that no matter what, if my mother is going to say yes or no, she has my father's back. And also the other way around. We were never able to try to break down anything. They were solid. So we couldn't fight them. We couldn't. That's what you need to know. If you want to raise the children, You and your wife have to be on the same page. Now, you can approach different, which a mother is always going to be a mother. Most mothers, right? She'll always be the soft one, the kotel ma'aravi. And we are some fathers, we know. And this is normal because the Torah אומרת, כבד את אביך ואת אמך, ואיש אמו ואביו תיראו. Why when it comes to the fear, it says first, ish imo. And when it comes to to honor, it says Abba. Hazal omrim, because a kid doesn't fear his mother, right? He doesn't fear his mother. So katuv ish imo ve'aviv tirao. Anyway, you fear your father. We know, but you got to work on to fear your mother, and honoring et avicha. We know that you're going to honor your mother. Ma, I'm going to the store. Do you want something? I want to see if you call your father. Dad, you want a coffee? I said, we go nuts. מה קרה? Why you call me? מה קרה? אתה רוצה כסף? מה קרה? ישר, פאק, we should. So, הילד יותר, it's more likely to honor his mother than the father. יפה מאוד. יפה מאוד. And so, it's normal for kids. So, it's normal for kids to fear the father more than the mother. אבל צריך להיות חכם. איך לקנות את הילד? You have to be smart how to talk to the kids and bribe him. And stop thinking, oh, that's a bribe. It's Hakavinu wanted to give the biggest berachot to Esav to bribe him. הוא לא אמר, שמע, אני שופט. לא מגיע לו. לא נכון. בחינוך צריך לדעת, יש הרבה שוחד. And you have to. And stop being a superstar שאתה הכי חכם. צריך לדעת לשחד את הילדים. לשחד בכסף, לשחד בטיולים, to brother whatever you can. All I'm saying is, it's a road from age 12 to 19, שזה הגיל הכי קשה. Once you pass that, זה כבר הרבה יותר קל. He's already mold, פחות או יותר על הכיוון שלך. או אם לא הכיוון שלך, but הוא נורמלי, אתה יכול לדבר, you have conversations, you can talk. What's the best that where you should aim? That when the kids are old enough, they'll be comfortable to come to talk to you, to ask you for advice. Till today, I go to my parents, we talk about chinuch, we talk about life, till today. I always call them. Shmo ma יש להם לומר. Someone who's 70-something years old. So you can learn so much. So when you have a healthy relationship with the parents, you want to hear. וצריך להיות חכם לדעת עוד דבר. להעביר בחיים, be easy going. למחול גם כן, מאוד חשוב למחול. תראו מה כתוב ביוסף. ויזכור יוסף את החלומות. 22 years after he remembered. You know what does it mean? For 22 years he forgot everything. זה הפירוש ביזכור. יש אנשים ש-24 hours כל הזמן זה בראש, האבא והאמא והמורים, they don't know how to let things go. לא יודעים, זה בגלל שזה חולי בראש, it's not healthy to carry so many packages. You know, יש homeless people, you see them carry from one place to another, את הנעליים הישנות, ואת השמטס, and all this, they carry everywhere. והם עם העגלה. When you see them, what do you think? איזה מסכן הבן אדם, הוא לא נורמלי. אנחנו גם ככה, אנחנו לא נורמלים. אתה עם bags from age 7 and 12 and 15 and 18 and 24 and 29 and 30, and you carry on top of your shoulders 24 hours so many packages of so much pain, and you don't know how to release. Drop the pain, drop the bags. תשתחרר, תשמח, תיתן לחיים לתת לך מקום יותר טוב. Open the windows, let new year come to yourself. אתה בתוך חדר ואתה כל הזמן depressed ואתה עצבני, and the world בשבילך זה מקום לא טוב ורע. ואנחנו צריכים ללמוד שהעולם, מי שלא יודע, the one who doesn't know to be easy going, אתם יודעים how much pain they carry all day long? בשביל מה? You're here for 70, 80, 90 years, enjoy life. But to enjoy, you have to know to forgive. You have to know to let things go. אני לא אומר כל דבר צריך לדעת. כי יוסף, הוא זכר את החלומות, הוא עשה מה שעשה. You have to know. שצריך לדעת מה איך, אבל not to carry all day long. אני איתו לא מדבר, ואיתו אני לא מחייך, and him I don't want to talk, and I don't want to go to him. זה מחלות. It's sickness. איפה הראש? But it starts, you know where? Between you and your wife. To know to forgive. And to be easygoing. מי שיכול לחיות ככה, הוא מלך. You're a king. You're a healthy person. And you should know that your kids, they live in a healthy home. And kids who have a healthy home, they have healthy marriages. Kids who live in a miserable home, they're going to carry the miserable to their marriage as well. You could count maybe 1 out of 500. אנשים שגרו ב-miserable marriage and the kids גדלו ובנו משפחה לתפארת. כמעט, it's almost impossible. Because by nature, we copy our parents. A daughter, she's going to copy her mother. How, if anything happens between the father, she's going to scream the same way her mother was screaming. She's going to copy her mother. אם אתה משוגעת, גם הדת היא משוגעת. זה, הגמרא אומרת, רחלה בתר רחלה אזלה. A sheep goes after the sheep. הילדה הולכת אחרי האמא. אז האמא באת היה צעקות, and screaming, and yelling, and crying. That's what the daughter picks up. And she's going to do the same. She brings that suitcase to her marriage. בוודאי. But when a son sees a father, שהאבא רגוע, ויש בבית רוגע, הילד בריא. When the kid is healthy, you're going to see also the result in school. וכשבבית ספר יש לו חברים טובים, he has a good name. That's the type of a girl he's going to attract. ותדעו לכם, מי שחושב אחרת, לא רק שהוא טועה, הוא ישלם את המחיר כבד מאוד. וצריך לדעת שאנחנו מקריבים את הילדים שלנו על המזבח. We are the ones who bring the kids on the מזבח כקורבן. כשאתה לא יודע לשתוק, ואתה לא יודע למחול, ואתה לא יודע sometimes to give in, ואתה לא יודע just to be a little soft. All the kids want to live is in a soft, in a very comfortable environment. And you don't give them that. It's sad. ותדעו לכם, הרבה מן המשקל, לא תמיד, הרבה, לא תמיד, זה הבעל. כי אנחנו לומדים תורה. We have the tools. We learn every day. We go to shul. In a way, we have more social life than them. They are with the kids every morning and every night. They deal with the laundry, with the food, with homework, with doctors, with dentists, bills. הם מטפלות בזה הרבה מן היום.
You got the point. Anyway, you got the point. באמת. מה אתה נתקע על הבילס?
את החתונה והשמחות של הבנות, מי טיפל? אתה או אשתך?
מי שילם?
לא שאלתי מי שילם, שאלתי מי טיפל. אז גמרנו. אני מעדיף, קח את הצ'ק, נחותם על $100,000, ואם במשך 4 חודשים עובדת קשה. אתה הרבה יותר קל לחתום. אני לא דיברתי, סליחה, אני לא דיברתי שהבעל לא עובד קשה, ואנחנו עוד נדבר על זה. אני דיברתי שלנו יש לנו, in a way, more tools than them. Because we learn, we get education more than them. We learn Musar. It's easier for us to change. היא לא שומעת מוסר, היא לא שומעת classes. Maybe she goes once or twice a week, if she's lucky that she goes to classes, so she gets some oil change בראש שלה. אבל בנורמה זה מה שקרה, זה חברות, וחברות, ושטויות של אימא, וזה מה שעובר. אז מה היא מקבלת? כמעט כלום. ולכן כשהבעל sets the tone in the house, when he sets the tone, תדע לך, זה משקל כבד בבית, כשהבעל sets the tone וכשהוא בריא. וחשוב מאוד, שמחה בבית. שמחה. השמחה, when a husband comes home from a shul, and he is happy, even if the wife, she's very moody now. And I'm sorry to say, הקדוש ברוך הוא עשה להם שכל חודש, they have no control. They don't have control. The hormones, from a very young age, אין להם control. אנחנו לא מבינים את זה. הרב עליו השלום אמר לי, that's the כוונה that we have when we say שלא עשני אישה in the morning. זה לא שלא עשני אישה. It's what they go through every month and every pregnancy and every labor. כמעט ואין להם שליטה על זה, וזה קשה מאוד. So תיקח את כל הצער של גידול הבנים, add to that, את ההורמון שלהם, and add to that, שהם הבת עם ילדים וכביסות כל הזמן, ולא לומדים, ואנחנו לומדים, ואנחנו in a way, we out of jail, כמעט. So all we got to do is set the tone. When you come home, you have to be a happy husband. Leave the problems שנייה בצד. In an hour, bring everything to the dinner table, to the breakfast table. אבל האווירה של הבעל, when you come home, it has to be a happy moment. תדעו לכם, אני לא מוותר על זה. כשאני מגיע הביתה עד היום, לא משנה אם זה בערב או בבוקר, it takes 2 minutes for me. I can record it, תראו את זה, איך שאני מגיע הביתה, הילדים צועקים, רצים אליי. We do a little dance, a minute, that's all it takes. וזה כל בוקר כמעט וכל ערב. למה? כשאתה בא עם שמחה לבית, אתה יודעים מה אנחנו מקרינים? That's learning Torah and going to a shul. It was the most beautiful place for me to go, to be. It's going to teach them that a shul is the best place to be. They're going to go, they're going to wish to go there. In my kids' brain, my little daughters, a shul is the place where you get all the candies. So they want to go to shul because it's so much candies in the shul, because always Abba has, in his pocket something. Abba, do you have some candies? And they check, they stick their hands, and let me see if I got 2 candies ready. You see, you got to carry candies at home. You got to make it excited. You got to be smart enough to make the home a happy place. When we send good energy and good vibes to the house, and you send them to school or to the playgroup in the morning, it's such a different morning to those kids who I see when the mother send them to the bus, וצועקת על הילד, וצועקות, אתה נורמלי, ילד קם בבוקר שם צעקות באמא, במשך 2, 3, 5, למה אתה לא מוכן? Where's your homework? תגיד, בוא'נה, הוא יוצא משוגע. היום, there is schools that they have music on almost the whole day. אני הלכתי לעשות in an interview in some schools, here. One of the schools that I liked is, אתה נכנס לבית ספר, some schools I know they have it in the morning, the first 30 minutes. שאתם באים, מוזיקה, מודה אני לפניך, שירים כאלו, אתה יודע מה זה, ילד מגיע לבית ספר, תעשו בדיקה, ילד מגיע לבית ספר לקירות, אין מוזיקה, no nothing, מורה, ישר, שב, מודה אני לפניך, סתם את הידיים, איפה הציצית? או, ילד מגיע, יש מוזיקה, the principal waits up, by the door, אומר בוקר טוב לילדים, the rabbi opens the door, how are you ילדים? עושים ברכות השחר בשמחה, רוקדים, איזה different life is it, אנחנו לא מבינים את זה, אבל לשלוח ילד, צריך לשלוח ילד עם שמחה, ולקבל ילד גם עם שמחה, 5 דקות הראשונות, זה קריטי, ילד יורד באוטובוס, מה קרה? איפה התיק? למה מעילו עליך? למה ככה? מי רב? מה היה? לא. איפה הקבלת פנים לילדים הקטנים האלו? They're innocents. They're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, הם ילדים. if we could do, and by the way, you are also a grandparents. גם אם אתה סבא, תזכרו שילדים, grandchildren, they're going to carry the memories of their grandfathers also. So what type of a grandfather, היית? תעבן, זקן, קמטים, not fun, stubborn.
תלך מפה, תלך.
כן, כן, אל תלך. אתם מבינים? או, ברור שאתה לא עושה.
אני מקבל צעקות מהאישה,
אתם מבינים את זה? אתם מבינים את זה? זה דברים שצריך לדעת. אנחנו בעזרת השם, this is part A. בעזרת השם, part B בעזרת השם. רבי חנניה בן הקשה אומר.